Right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Outlaw and His Wife, 1918. This is going to be another silent film. This is a Swedish film. The print is pretty bad. I'm giving this one 2 out of 5 stars. I thought it was pretty boring. It's about this petty thief who gets 10 years in prison. He escapes. Then he goes, ends up in some farm in southern Iceland and starts working for this lady, Halla, who's very unattractive, I might add. And then they fall in love with each other. It's played by the director, the old guy in Wild Strawberries, who's seen flirting with B.B. Anderson in one of Ingmar Bergman's home movies. And he's the lead actor as well as the director and the writer in this one. And he confessed, at first he lies that he's not somebody else. He goes by a different name when he meets Halla, and he's trying to hide his identity from her because he is an outlaw and a thief. Why she decides to sacrifice her life to him is beyond me. Why she throws her daughter over the cliff doesn't make sense to me either. But in any case, they hide up in the mountains because the jealous bailiff guy who lives next door knows the true identity of this guy. So they go on a manhunt and they decide to get married without any kind of service and just go up in the mountains. This takes place in the 18th century, I believe. And so they have a daughter, and they meet their friend up there who's also an outlaw. The outlaw friend falls in love with Halla. For what reason, I don't know. I guess he's just lonely. I have no idea. And he sees a manhunt coming their way. They get into a fight. She throws the daughter off the cliff into the river for no apparent reason, and then they run away to some even colder place where they're starving. That's about the extent of the movie. Not much else going on in this one. It's a silent movie, so all the kitty cat? Is that you? Cat crawled underneath my bed and now she can't get out. There's like a mountain of papers, paper bags and stuff. Yeah, welcome to the bachelor pad, kitty cat. There's some other Russian gal who's renting the sublet room next door. Her cat always comes into my room. Anyways, getting back to the movie, the only good thing about it really was the cinematography. I guess the director prefers to film outdoors, kind of like Ingmar Bergman kind of ripped off that idea, I guess. And this guy was a big mentor to Ingmar Bergman. So, yeah, he was in Wild Strawberries, like I said. Ingmar Bergman loves to talk about how he flirted with B.B. Anderson during that movie off the set, and kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I couldn't really understand the character. I know he was starving, and but that's no excuse to steal sheep from the guy. And why was he so stupid that he left his gloves there? That didn't make any sense. And why did she fall for him knowing that he was a thief and an outlaw? And why did she sacrifice her whole plantation kind of farm deal just so that she could live with him up in the mountains? That really didn't make much sense. Yeah, the ending was kind of, I don't know. It's in 7 parts, so I think it's only an hour, 10 minutes total, and it seemed like it just dragged on for much longer, though. It took me a couple of days to watch the whole thing, and yeah, not a good film. Couldn't really get into it. Couldn't really understand the characters, what their motivations were, or why they behaved that way. Even when the guy steals the sheep, he says, well, I hate him because he's rich. So it seems like he was motivated more by class warfare than by starvation, but I could be wrong. And the 10-year sentence was kind of cruel and unusual punishment for a crime like that. So I can understand his motivation to escape. You're just sitting down there in the dungeon, not doing anything, eating lousy food and stuff with the rats running around. I suppose I'd be inclined to run away also, but I'd strive not to get myself in that kind of situation. Anyways, a little bit hard to believe this film, and a lot boring most of the time. The outdoor scenes are pretty spectacular, though, even though the print is in bad shape. So that's why I'm not giving it 1 out of 5 stars, but it's kind of a groundbreaking flick using the outdoors scenery quite extensively. So other than that, it's kind of lame, boring, not very compelling or interesting to me. But that's the case with most of these Swedish films I'm finding. There's also a documentary called Victor Svornborg or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his Swedish name. It's about the director of this movie and the star of Wild Strawberries. So there's that also on this disc. It's a Kino disc. Kino does a lot of silent movies, some much better than others. Kino International. It's got to be public domain. I'm thinking this film being so old and surprised it still exists, but anyway. Kind of an interesting little time bottle film, but not didn't meet my expectations at all, and it was below my expectations. So skip it. I'm not gonna post the trailer. There is no trailer. I'm not gonna post the movie in the description box, even though I know it's public domain. And I got the director, the star, and the writer in the description box. That's good enough for me. Laters.